importance of providing infants, toddlers, and young children with a loving and nurturing start in life cannot be stressed enough. Happy babies grow to become well-adjusted children, who then grow to become emotionally healthy and productive adults. This video focuses on promoting positive social and emotional development in children from birth to 3 years. Particular attention will be focused on bonding, attachment, and developing trust, the importance of appropriate touching, and social-emotional developmental milestones. These are pictures of babies while still in their mother's womb. This is the sound of an unborn child's heartbeat. Babies actually begin to bond and develop a strong attachment with their parents even before they are born. These ultrasound video clips of Kaya Chaku at 30 weeks gestation show her responding to the touching and verbal stimulation provided by her parents, Didi and Felix Chaku. Unborn children actually begin to identify their parents' voices while still in the mother's womb. Didi and Felix share another activity they engage in to promote bonding with their unborn daughter.
Every day about the same time, we like to come in and let Kaya listen to different kinds of music, from the Nutcracker Overture, just to get her to experience a little bit different variations of stimulation, to different sorts of music like reggae.
What I've noticed though, that she gets a little bored listening to this classic music, so I play a little Bob Marley for her, and it helps her to relax, and it helps us to relax too from a stressful day.
I feel her moving.
See?
Babies' responses to this attention help trigger wiring of the brain before and after birth. According to research, about 25% of a newborn's brain is developed. By the time a child is 3 years old, 90% of the brain is developed. These statistics support that what happens during the first 3 years of a child's life is extremely critical. The first developmental task for a baby is to develop a strong connection with the caring adult. This task is called forming an attachment. A child's relationships and experiences during these early years greatly influence brain growth and how they develop relationships later in life.
In daycare centers, it would be important, I would recommend that providers, directors, try to provide consistency in who works with which children. The children develop a relationship with one adult or two or more adults, but they know that these are the people that they need to turn to and who will respond to them. The more that consistency is provided for the children, then the more the children can adjust. For families, it's very important that that bonding is established, attachments established, and what that means is that, again, there's someone who the child turns to, someone who is responsible, loves, cares, and is committed to the child. The consistency is important because that's where bonding occurs.
This consistency in caregivers is a strong concern for Erica Guerrero Akfaji, mother of 2-month-old Mariana.
Well, right now, because she's really young, we just want her to be with one caregiver.
The more times a baby is held and cuddled, the more comfortable baby feels and the stronger the bond between baby and caregiver. A baby who has a secure attachment to at least one parent tends to learn faster, has good self-esteem, and has a better chance of making friends as baby grows older. Abraham Maslow, a well-known psychologist, noted that all human beings have a hierarchy or levels of basic needs. Physiological needs include water, food, clothing, shelter, health, and hygiene. Generally, a baby who is tired and hungry will not be open to learning something new or different until he is fed, cleaned, and physically comfortable. The need to feel safe and secure is at the next level of the hierarchy. A baby who does not feel safe will not explore new things because he is afraid and insecure. If a baby's needs are consistently met, especially with the same adults in a familiar setting, he will learn to trust and will be more likely to venture out and discover new things. Trust gives a baby a message that he is wanted, accepted, and loved unconditionally. Trust grows into feelings of being loved that in turn gives a baby a strong sense of belonging and helps him to take risks as he learns. A child who does not trust that his needs will be met consistently will have a difficult time forming a relationship of love with another person. After love, the next levels on Maslow's hierarchy are self-esteem and self-actualization, which are demonstrated in children by their developing self-confidence, achievements, independence, and personality development. Simply talking to baby at every opportunity will help develop your relationship. Describing what you are doing while you are, for example, feeding, bathing, dressing, or playing with baby helps with the bonding process. Making sure that eye contact is maintained models for baby the beginning of social skills related to having conversations. Getting to know people and exploring the environment through the sense of touch is extremely important. Direct touch and through the skin contact foster this exploration. Babies usually like to be touched and cuddled. Some like gentle touches. Others like a little more pressure when they are held. Some are sensitive to touch and would prefer to be wrapped securely in a blanket and rocked. It is important to observe your baby and find out what kind of touch he prefers, what upsets him, what calms him, and what makes him smile. Always try to use a gentle, calming voice when talking to infants and toddlers. In the Chamorro culture, touching babies is strongly encouraged. Warm eye contact, patting and stroking, kissing, and hugging babies are all parts of the Karinyo Ineni ritual. Kissing baby's neck, stomach, and feet are also regular practices of Karinyo Ineni. Karinyo means giving a special touch of love, which usually involves kissing and lovingly touching the baby while talking in a high-pitched voice, proclaiming your love. Special pet names like Neni, Mangi, Boboy, and Bebidao are also part of the Karinyo ritual. This culture of touching is further supported by the local belief that if you see a baby, even a baby you've never seen before, and especially one who makes you feel maggodai, you must touch the baby or the baby or you would get sick. Maggodai may be translated as a very intense, overwhelming feeling, a strong feeling of the need to connect with the baby through physical and social contact. Responding to feelings of maggodai by touching as described in the Karinyo process is appropriate. However, the practice of squeezing, pinching, slapping, and even biting a baby until baby cries must be discouraged and may be seen as a form of child abuse.
Children know at my mother-in-law's house too, whenever they see grandpa, grandpa likes to bite, right? Grandpa says, "Oh, I love you so much, let me bite you. The harder I bite you, the more affection or the more love I have for you." You know, my daughters too, and he was doing that since she was 1. So he was always scared of grandpa. So grandpa would say, "Oh, you know, your kids are always scared of me because you guys don't come up here. They don't know your grandpa. They don't know their grandfather." And I would say, well, I would look at my husband and say, well, no, really, they're associating pain with grandpa, and grandpa doesn't seem to see that, right?
My son was a very, very chubby baby, and whenever we went to barbecues or parties, he would always get squeezed, pinched, sometimes little bite here and there in his arms. And it was kind of hard for me at first to say no, because I know that it's, I was still young, and they used to tell me, he's gonna get sick, we have to bite him, we have to pinch him, or he's gonna get sick. But by the time I had my 4th child, I already was like, okay, that's enough. So, now when we go to parties, I'll tell them, don't make her cry. You can hug her and kiss her, but you don't need to pinch her or squeeze her, because I know she won't get sick. It's a proven fact, she's not gonna get sick.
Dr. Taimang Lu suggests the following strategies to change this rough and scary behavior in adults.
Babies have the same needs throughout their lifetime. They grow into the elderly. Babies and adults want to be respected. They want to be treated with, affection, some love. They want to know that the world is predictable and the world is safe. When a child is surrendered to a group of people, the world is not safe. The world is kind of scary for the child. And I think when I talk to somebody, it's like, would they do this to anyone else? Would you give your older daughter or teenager to someone so they can be bitten? And so I have to be real concrete, or the elderly, would you give them to people so someone can pinch them, squeeze them, bite them? No, they wouldn't. It's just that children don't have power. Babies don't have power. So talking to them one-to-one is important. That way they're not embarrassed and they're not going to overreact. And for parents not to just openly surrender their children. I think that's the part, because their role is to care for the child. And the child is looking to the adult, the parent, to keep them safe.
You just have to come out and tell them, I've told my aunts and uncles, if you want her to like you, don't pinch her, don't make her cry.
I'll take the baby and I'll say, oh, that hurts, and I'll pretend like it's coming from the baby and not from me, just so that I don't offend, especially if it's somebody like an older relative of mine. I really don't want to offend them and make them think, oh, she's so silly, she doesn't want me to touch her baby. And I would just take the baby and I'll say, oh, that hurts, that hurt my leg, or something like that, so that it's coming from the baby and not me. Yeah. But it's really coming from me. I'm just protecting her.
As mentioned before, the importance of providing infants, toddlers, and young children with a loving and nurturing start in life cannot be stressed enough. Happy babies grow to become well-adjusted children, who then grow to become emotionally healthy and productive adults. These are some developmental milestones in the area of social-emotional development to watch out for as infants and toddlers grow. From birth to 3 months, babies like to look at faces and likes to listen to voices. Cries, begins to smile and coos. Most of the time quiets down when picked up. At 3 to 6 months, baby cries when upset, seek comfort, and can be calmed. Likes to look at and be near special people, and shows excitement by waving arms and legs. From 6 to 9 months, baby can play games like patty cake and peekaboo, responds when called by name, may be upset or may look away when strangers are present, and may comfort self by sucking a thumb or holding on to a special item like a blanket. At 9 to 12 months, baby continues to feel and show emotions by crying, smiling, frowning. Baby is now able to imitate people and is curious about the environment. From 12 to 18 months, baby feels safe and secure with people they know and love, explores the environment with enthusiasm, says mama and dada, and acts bold and confident. At 18 to 24 months, baby is now a toddler and shows happy feelings by being more loving, more enthusiastic, and laughs with others. Many toddlers play beside other children, but are not yet ready to share. Toddlers can say no emphatically and are curious and likes exploring people, places, and things. From 24 to 30 months, toddlers use words to communicate. Toddlers like people and want to play with them, including pretend play. At 30 to 36 months, toddlers are more relaxed when separated from their main caregivers. Toddlers show their feelings for others, begin to share with others, and can play by themselves at this age.
Social and emotional skills start at home. They start from when they're born. How you hug your child will help him or her express their emotions toward the other child. So if you're loving and cuddly, they'll project it. They're an extension of what you are. And my job, which I love, it's my work, is I foster positive social and emotional skills from the minute they walk in.
The way young children are treated in their first years of life has a significant impact on the rest of their lives. We must stress to all adults, parents, relatives, siblings, and all caregivers that early loving and positive experiences lay the foundation for infants, toddlers, and preschoolers to grow into healthy and productive adults. For more information on promoting positive social and emotional development in infants and toddlers, please contact the Department of Public Health and Social Services at 735-7256 or the University of Guam CEDDERS at 735-2466.